The day is finally here. We get to start the trail today.
Okay, I have been happily drinking coffee and talking way too much, but Taters is gonna make me pack now. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm recording on Taters Tuesday, but we're getting ready to go. And Taters hasn't taken a video clip and like, oh God, oh no.
No, I need more coffee. I've only had like 3 cups of coffee.
Thanks to 2 really awesome trail angels named Judy and Mark, not only did we have a ride from the Glacier airport, but we had a place to stay for 2 nights and they fed us and showed us around the park. Thanks to a grizzly bear closure, which has closed off a section of the CDT, hikers are all scrambling trying to figure out what they're going to do. Fortunately, since we had a ride, we were able to make a few stops along the way, figure out our lodgings, and come up with a plan to get us through.
That view doesn't totally suck.
Once again, the CDT is a little different than the other trails. There are actually 2 different northern terminuses, one of which starts over in Canada. Unfortunately, that one out of Waterton isn't accessible this year because of the border closure, and so we ended up at Chief Mountain. The border crossing station is closed. We're also trying to figure out where the monument is.
Oh my God, who's that awesome looking through hiker with a ball cap?
Matt's been trying to convert me to Team Ball Cap for a while, and on the way out of St. Mary, after lunch, we found one that we really liked, so I'm giving it a try.
Taters Tuesday, featuring Peepers, live, not really, from the border, as Taters potentially gets in trouble because the monument appears to be in the actual border station.
You ever feel you're like on 15 cameras or so? Okay, and here is the border monument per Gut Hook Pictures. Though everybody seems to take pictures on that one, which is on Canada, technically. Here's the US border monument. Here is the wondrous land of Canada land. And then there's the monument with the cool background. That stripe brings back memories from the IAT.
And now, having officially tagged the Canadian border, we head for Mexico.
Woo!
Whoa. Sadly, we're having to say goodbye to our wonderful hosts.
So that's what the CDT trail markers look like. And apparently this is also the terminus of the Pacific Northwest Trail, which is one we are super excited to do in a future summer. And there goes Matt, already leaving me in the dust.
So I am always excited starting out one of these, but also since I've had enough bad days out here, I can't help but contemplate that there's going to be a lot of really bad days along the way. That's just me being positive though.
At about 2 p.m. after a lengthy photo shoot with the border marker, we are getting on our way officially here. So the way the open campgrounds worked out, we have just about 10 miles to do today to get into Elizabeth Lake Foot campground. And interestingly, this is the only 10 miles of the trail that either of us have done before. It was about 3 years ago on a little road trip. We hiked in, I think, to the same campground, and then attempted to climb Mount Merritt on the middle day. Super fun trip. We almost made the top of Mount Merritt. About 100 feet from the summit, we had to turn back due to a thunderstorm for safety, but super pretty hike. Sadly, Matt no longer has a bright green and orange pack, but he has managed to decorate in his colors here. That ice axe isn't going to be around for long though. We think we're going to be sending that back after just a week.
I don't know, it's good colors, I might keep it.
So we do have 6 days of food here, an ice axe and micro spikes. So my pack is what I would call heavy.
Also, you might notice that my green and orange pack is missing. This is also a ULA Catalyst, but when I started looking at potentially getting a new one, the green and orange hadn't worn out, but it was really sun faded. The particular fabrics didn't hold up real well, which is ironic because the Ryobic, like what Jen has, which is their off-the-shelf model, that's actually been through both the PCT and the AT, and it looks almost brand new. These packs last forever. So I was just looking at something that would also be bright. When I talked to them, they mentioned that they were starting to work on ultra packs, and would I maybe like to buy a prototype ultra pack? And it was a hard decision because the other option was I could have gotten an X pack And X-Pack is green and orange material, so I could have also had the neon. And it's also waterproof. This is both waterproof and very abrasion resistant, which I'm kind of excited about with all the weather up ahead. So I actually had a lot of soul searching on one of my trips because I just couldn't decide between so-so material with bright colors or the seemingly awesome material with, you know, black and grays. Ironically, it doesn't even have a ULA logo on it because I don't want to put holes in the waterproof fabric. This is the first time I've hiked with it, so there'll be some adjustment period. So in addition to being abrasion resistant because it's got Ultra 400 panels and Ultra 200 panels, it is also waterproof, and when I weighed it versus my nylon, it was 5 ounces lighter.
Headed down into the Belly River Valley, and we do have a whole ton of flowers. Matt, wait for me. We just gotta catch the flowers on video.
When all I could do was 20-mile max on the... Okay, that doesn't totally suck.
Check out that flow.
I was gonna say, there are many sexy things about through hiking, but the sexiest is, of course, no, not Naked Hiking Day, but the flow rate of a fresh filter. Oh yeah. Look at that gushing flow.
And all of a sudden, look at what snuck up behind us.
We found the 20% chance of rain. God, I love summer thunderstorms. Looks like we might get lucky today. And Tater's found a bridge.
So one of the things that gives me a lot of joy on the trail is rivers, and specifically bridges over big rivers. So happy that on our first day on the CDT, we get to go across this awesome suspension bridge across the Belly River.
There's the initial crossing of the bridge, and then there's returning down the bridge because she's so happy and wants to narrate. Okay, we found a waterfall. I think this might hit Tater's standards for a waterfall.
And just when you think the day can't get any better, you got something like this.
Okay, what's the Tater's rating for Dawn Mist Falls?
10 out of 10.
10 turtles out of 10? 10 newts out of 10? She doesn't even know. Still no turtles, but I spy a rainbow.
Top view of the waterfall with a rainbow.
Yes, and that. Holy crap. You see all the mosquitoes on her back? So somebody here is getting eaten alive, because when some nice person offered to treat their clothing with permethrin, she went, no, I don't need that. Meanwhile, I did it and they're not landing on me. So the downside here is all the mosquitoes tend to sit under the leaves sometimes. So as we're brushing against it, we've got this giant swarm coming after us.
All right, about 7 p.m. we made it to our campground at Elizabeth Lake Foot. Good news is they have bear boxes, so we don't have to screw around with hanging our really heavy bags. Bad news is the mosquitoes are among the worst I've ever seen. Normally when they're this bad, we hide in the tent as much as possible, so briefly duck outside to cook and then right back in the tent and close it up.
And murder the mosquitoes.
Sadly, that's not an option here, so we will make the best of it.
So the thing is, when you arrive at these campsites in Glacier, they only have permit slots for each site. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, so 6 permit sites. In addition, they have a bathroom area and a food prep area, which has food storage. This one has bear boxes. Some of them also have hang kits. And now the hard decision of, is it worth staying out of the tent to eat if the mosquitoes are this bad? What's better than bug spray? Barrier method.
Once again, I am looking forward to the area outside of the national park where you can just camp wherever you want and you're not restricted like this. So this is the designated camp spot, one that's open, and yeah, I don't think we're digging this one out.
So no bears or moose today, but these guys are totally habituated and super adorable.
The good news is closer to the lake, we've got a little bit of wind and the mosquitoes are only bad, not atrocious. Guy who edits videos really likes it when it's all smudgy. Maybe we can smudge it up a little better.
All right, nearing the end of our first hiking day on the CDT.
Our first 10 miles out of 3,000.
An extraordinarily magical day.
Oh my God. Look at how many mosquitoes are on my hand holding the camera. Other
than the swarms of mosquitoes that showed up about 20 minutes ago. Those, not so magical.
Narrate faster.
We have found an open campsite. The only one of the 5 sites at this campground that was open. Home sweet home for the night.
So the bummer here, of course, is when we're in the Sierra Nevada, we would be setting up the tent and then would be inside the tent. So we would cook just sticking our hand out and we'd eat inside. We can't do that here. So now we have to decide, how much do we really want to eat dinner? Do we want to sit in this, expose our mouths, or do we want to say screw it and just go to bed? And here's something you don't see very often. It is 8:50. We are outside of the tent and we are eating outside of the tent. It is also bleeping miserable and I don't like this, and I would rather be in the tent, eating in the tent, just not getting eaten by a grizzly. The wind is actually a huge improvement because it gets rid of the worst of the mosquitoes. When the wind dies out, it gets bad. It really throws me that it's 9 p.m. and the sun is still up.
I absolutely love the long days out here. It's 9:15 right now. Sun hasn't even started to go down. We're gonna have light till around 11.
And then, of course, the problem is I got into the tent and a bunch of mosquitoes followed me, so now we have a lot of murdering to do. I'm just waiting for Jen to come in so we can just kill them all at once. Everybody thinks she's so nice, but there goes the murdering. Can even that cute hat counteract the murderous rage?